Hey guys, welcome back to The Interceptor. Today we are here with another war video where D69 is going to be taking on RRH, or Roi de Resistance. I think that's spelled wrong, but yeah, close enough. Might not even be French, so it could be spelled right in the language it's in. But anyways, this is War 7 of Season 25. And this is actually a bulwark defense, so we're not used to seeing these, but this is, I believe, they're either like a low plat 1 or a high plat 2 alliance, so we weren't really expecting too much out of these guys. But I was not able to plan war today because I started work right when war started, so 4 hours later, 3.5 hours later, I am able to check in and join war. And we were given the team of Falcon. Actually, no, we weren't. We were given the team of Ghost, Quake, and Warlock. And for one of the fights that I was assigned Quake for, I choose to use Falcon for. And then for one of the ones I was assigned Ghost for, I use Falcon for. And then there was also another fight I was assigned Ghost for, with no synergies, by the way, for any of these. Which is going to be a stealth Spidey later, and I just used Warlock for that fight. So the first is a rank 3 Apocalypse on the unblockable node. So this is actually a pretty good node for Apocalypse because not many people can fully evade his specials. And the strategy my whole fight when fighting Apocalypse is I don't want to really parry when he has a bar of power. So most of the time I'm going to just do the dash back intercept. But the first time I did it, I thought I timed it correctly, but my light counter of his medium actually got parried, which has never happened to me before. But since Apocalypse is he is a metal defender, it does mean that he is going to be immune to armor break. So right here, you guys see me dashing back out of the medium and then countering with a light attack, which is the correct way to do it. I am running Resonate here. We didn't know if this guy had willpower because it was literally impossible to check willpower. So this is node 1 of the map, or sorry, no, this is node 4 of the map. Node 1 is path 4, section 1. And his other defenders, 3 of them were in section 2, and the other one is later on this path. So there's no possible way for me to check willpower. If he didn't have willpower, this fight wouldn't have been a huge problem because it is still pretty easy. But it just would have been a little bit more annoying, although I'm pretty confident evading special 2s on this guy, fully evading. So maybe if he could have gotten to more special 2s, I would have taken less block damage. But I believe most, if not like somewhere around like 70 to 90% of the damage I take in this fight is all from when I got parried and comboed at the beginning. So there we go. He does go down there in just under 2 minutes, and then we are going up to this invisible woman. And by the way, this is the war of super sketchy fights. I was thinking about it, and I think 7 of these fights do not go the way I intended them to. So the first one was Apocalypse getting parried, and just this right here, this invisible woman is horrible. So this is on masochism, and when you're quaking masochism, you have to be holding heavy when your aftershocks expire, because then if not, she'll shrug off the stun because you won't have a concussion on her. This whole fight, she timed her combos perfectly so that I could never counter masochism. I would just have to outdamage the entire fight. Now, luckily, when you're quaking Invisible Woman, you are going to get that debuff on yourself so that I am constantly healing from willpower. So I could have taken a few combos in this fight and still ended with a full yellow bar. However, obviously that's not the plan. So right there, I took a blocked hit straight back to full health. I believe I haven't rewatched this, only when I edited it, but I think in the moment I remember only one time the entire fight did I ever cancel out masochism. And yeah, right here, 13%, which means that it should be 1 more cycle. I believe it's actually going to be 2 because of masochism healing, although this might just kill. Yeah, okay, that did just kill. So just a minute 20, so it's not a super long fight, but it is a little bit annoying. And yeah, that's just really, really sketchy. We were not able to counter it. And there's a message that was blocked. Let me see if I can move it. Damn, I'll have to show you guys after the fight. I'll move my face cam. Run was actually really worried about that apocalypse, so he sent me there with Warlock and thought I could evade the fully evade the special 1. And I am about 80% confident on the special 1 and about 95% confident on the full SP2 evade. But I never had to, because I think in total from blocking 2 special 1s, like 2 of the 3 hits, I lost maybe 5% health, probably even less. So I didn't actually need to fully evade it. But if the timing, if it just worked out that he was throwing the special 1 while he had the regen and was unblockable, then obviously I would have fully evaded it. But right here we get a network error, and we disconnect from the fight, which is always super, super fun. Lost connection, so I'm just going to hit reconnect here. As you guys can see, that fight was going perfectly. I had made 0 mistakes with Quake. I was trapped in my own corner where I feel most comfortable with her. And the game just decided to give me a death. So yeah, this is one continuous clip, by the way. And we could just go right back into this fight, which is horrible. It's complete garbage that this happened. I believe, actually, it's not, like, I recorded this all in one clip, but I pieced it together because there was like a 30 to 40 second period where I went to go inform my BG of what happened, and they're like, oh, that kind of sucks. And then I went right back into the fight. So this is like a minute after the disconnect, like really not long. But this is a rank 3 unduped Corvus, which is very rare to see on defense, but this alliance probably doesn't have many rank 3s, so I don't really blame them. But this is a Quake fight. We use Quake for this almost every time. The one time, or we've used Doom for this fight twice this season, and once has resulted in a death. So it's just really safe to use Quake here. And all that did was really cost me potions. And even though I've yet to take any damage using Quake in this whole war, we are down to 94% just because I didn't want to heal all the way back to full, because I knew in the next fight I'd be popping a regen boost, so I was just not too concerned about it. And yeah, here we go. One more cycle of quaking and this Corvus is going to go down. So this is always a little bit of a longer fight, about a minute and a half, but I'm not too concerned about long fights with Quake, so that goes down. And now we are going to go for a fight you guys have seen many times this season, but you've not seen it go this badly, this sketchy. So this is going to be R3 Doom on Power Snack that I'm quaking. And oh boy, when you imagine what could go wrong in this fight, everything goes wrong in this time I take it. Like, every single thing the AI could possibly do that has nothing to do with user error, nothing whatsoever, to fuck you up, it does in this fight. Everything. So first off, I only have to do 1 parry, which is actually nice. I normally have to do 2 for the first cycle. I get my dex off. Not during concussion, so I'm like, okay, just gotta Quake it away. Straight into a heavy attack. I lost 25% of my health. So obviously I'm not too happy about that. The rest of the fight goes super smooth, so I am going to speed it up, as you guys have seen this fight several times. However, it is quite annoying not making a single mistake in the fight and losing 20% of your health. Just a horrible, horrible AI. Back off right before I got the concussion, or sorry, right before I got the dex during concussion, and then went in immediately after I got the shock on me from Power Snack and Doom Sig ability, and then went right for a heavy attack. So that's always super, super fun. But yeah. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward Quake fight. It's a class advantage, so you actually do a pretty good amount of damage quaking him. And of course, this is going to be a little bit of a longer fight. I believe this fight takes about 2 minutes. But the regen boost is going to actually last me over to my next fight. And I think I go straight into the fight after this one's over. So I'll just explain what the next fight is. So the next fight is going to be a rank 3 Nick Fury on Mixmaster. And in previous seasons, we've seen this placement. It was quite common. And we always used Archangel. We always soloed. We never died. And then earlier this season, we saw Nick Fury on this on Mixmaster, and I sent an Archangel who had never died to the fight before, and he died. And it was actually our only death of the battle group, so they thought we should try someone new. So when I got back, I was told that I was taking the fight no matter what, but I could choose who I could use. And like I said at the beginning, I was not assigned to enter the war with Falcon, but I was told I was either going to have to Quake this Nick Fury or use Falcon. And I didn't actually upload the video, but in an off season, I took Nick Fury on node 47, and he started spamming heavies the second I got into the corner. I think he used 3 heavy attacks. I was only able to fully evade 1. So I'm not confident quaking Nick Fury unless it is on ebb and flow knockdown or like just some random path fight that's insignificant. But the benefit to using wow, I don't even know what I was trying to say. The benefit to using Falcon over Quake in this fight is that you actually get to build up your, what's it called? Cruelties, right, whenever he has a chance to evade. So right here, we're going to lock on again, which is going to prevent all evade, and his AI was nice and allowed me to push to special 2, even though it's power focus 1. And right there, I do choose to bait out the L2. I probably should have waited a little bit in hindsight, but that's completely fine. But we're still building up our evade charges, and we're at a very good health, a very good amount of health. And then while you're in the first life, you actually can hit him while he is not locked on. So right here, I'm going to lock on. In hindsight, biggest mistake I make this fight. Locking on right here made this fight incredibly sketchy when it did not need to be whatsoever. So I made sure to bait out the special 1 right before pushing him into his second life, and there is a reason for that. The reason that I choose to do that is because if he is in his second life when he throws the special 1, he actually gains twice the tactical charges. So I just really don't need it being sketchy where he just randomly goes unblockable. I take a full unblockable special 1 with aggression prowess. So there I try to go for an intercept. He does not let me. So I hit a few reparries. I notice I still have the locked on. So he's down to 15% and I throw my special 3. Mind you, the only damage I've taken this entire fight is from block damage. And most of those are reparries as well. But we are down decently low. He's getting incinerated. He is losing his health. And then right here, I realized my last medium attack right before he threw the special 1 got evaded, which means if I counter the special 1 with a medium attack, it can't be evaded. So I can go in safely and do medium, light, medium. So yeah, we do get Nick Fury on Mixmaster done. This is actually path 4 of section 2. I realize I didn't show the nodes, but you guys will see later on. And this is a stealth suit Spider-Man. So this is a pretty common placement that we usually send a Venom to. But really anyone can do this fight as long as they either counter evade or parry heavy. Or you can even trigger the evade, because unless you decide to tank special 2s and the opponent is using Resonate, he can't go unblockable on this node. Or you could also get parried and have Resonate on you for a combination of 3 with the evade, but that's just not realistic. This is also Warlock's last fight, so even though I did take some damage in the Apocalypse fight, we actually lose 0% health in this fight. Maybe like 1% from block damage, but I don't think it was even that. I think I took less than 1% in block damage. So now we'll go up into this next fight, which is going to be a rank 5 Manthing on the second node. And this is actually the one with the crumbling armor. And you'll notice I was missing 500 health on my Quake. And after this, I have 2 more Quake fights this war. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm actually going to not charge heavy. I'm going to intentionally trap myself with my armor break. And even though it only heals 500 health, I'd rather have that 500 health just to be super, super safe. But yeah, this is a very easy fight. I probably should have sped it up. In fact, you guys can imagine how this fight will go. It's a straightforward Quake fight. I don't get hit in this fight. I don't hit him with a heavy attack. The fight just goes really fast. So I'm going to speed through the rest of this fight. Let me just skip that. There you go. Just the 1 heavy attack from ending the fight. And now we'll go in to the sketchiest fight of the war, which is going to be a rank 3 Void on Ebb and Flow Intercept Crumbling Armor. And I have taken this fight with Falcon. If you guys remember last season, there was one war where I said I was missing 3 fights. So I took this Void with Falcon, and the fight took under 60 seconds. I bursted him down perfectly. It worked so well. And look, right there, I'm going to take a bunch of degen damage right at the start of the fight, just because he's super defensive and does not allow me to hit into him well. But in that same recording, it is the one where I quaked Manthing, a rank 3 Manthing, on node 50, which is the unblockable regen. And then I also did a rank 3 Weapon X on Stunning Reflection with Warlock. It was that same war. And then right here, he's still being defensive. I haven't made any mistakes, and I've lost 20% of my health already. And now I'm going to bait out an L2. He does let me bait that out quite nicely. And I believe it's somewhere around here. Yeah, right here I'm going to make the mistake. Look at this. Dash back. Oh, I got hit 4 times. I thought I actually got hit once. I'm dead. So, I didn't even notice I got parried. I thought I evaded it. I didn't try to parry it. I tried to dash back. I parried it. And when you parry it, you can't do that. Like, you can't counter it. And if I had simply parried it, waited, all I had to do was parry it and wait, parry him again, 1 combo, he's dead from Falcon, 1 combo. And my streak is gone. If you guys were wondering just how close I got to the 100 this time, that would have been fight 96. Last time, I lost my streak. Hyperion on node 54 using Warlock. That would have been my 97th fight. So I was 1 fight off of tying how I was, and 4 solos off. 4 solos away from the 100 streak, and I choke it. I can't believe it. Like, that fight just, it went so well last time. It took half the time. I bursted him down. I don't know what changed, but just the one mistake of getting parried and then getting hit a few times. It wasn't even that much. I got hit 4 times. Just doomed me. And I died. So very, very unfortunate there. But now we're taking Dragon Man on the Rage Mini, which is just a joke of a fight. It's a really bad placement for Dragon Man. This is a rank 3 Dragon Man, by the way. And you just parry at the beginning of the fight, which I did to shut off the power gain. And then you just have to be holding heavy when the power gain charge, like for the power gain timer rather, for the power gain to come back when it expires. So we do that. But this is a really easy fight. I didn't even realize I hit a parry there by accident, but I guess I did. And I'm going to throw off a heavy attack because he's at 1%. So obviously you can't trigger rage. And then I got Floatin' to move up for me. And this is a rank 3 6-star Magneto on the Stunning Reflection. So we have actually placed our red mags on this node a few times. Never gotten a kill because it always gets quaked. So Run saw this fight. He's like, easy. Finter will quake it. Very easy fight. And it is a very easy fight. I start the fight off quite badly. And I'm going to take a full 5-hit combo in just a second. I believe it is somewhere in like the next. There we go. Right there. So we're already fighting from behind. We're 13% behind him in health. But for the rest of the fight, it's a clean fight. I don't get hit any more times. After I disconnected, after I disconnected in section 1, I did all of my next fights sitting in my living room, literally 10 feet away from my router. Because people are saying that the issue is my Wi-Fi connection and not the game servers, but I don't think so. I think the issue is the game servers. But yeah, this is a pretty straightforward fight, but it is a pretty long fight. I think this fight takes like 3 minutes and 40 seconds of quaking. This guy either has pretty high physical resistance, or I just couldn't get a lot of the aftershocks on him. But like I've said many times previously, I don't really see a difference between quaking stun immune and non-stun immune. It's always felt the same to me. It's not any harder. So to me, this is just a normal red Magneto, and I'm not concerned about it whatsoever. I was, at this moment, still thinking about how pissed off I was about my death that I didn't even care. I was lazily doing this fight. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still so mad at myself because I've countered this special one 1,000 times. I've never been parried, and I wouldn't have been parried because even though my timing was late, if I had just dashed back and then hit him, I would have been fine. I would have countered it. But the thing is, I didn't notice I parried. But whatever. We'll try to get over it, and hopefully I don't die again this season. We're still in good pace for taking a lot of fights this season. I'm just still really mad about not getting the perfect season, obviously. So that fight takes a full 3 minutes and 45 seconds, so a minute 15 left. And that's going to be the end of my war. There is still about 5 hours left in Alliance War, so I didn't record the end screen, obviously, but the war is already over. The score is currently 144 attacker kills to 148 attacker kills. We are at 4 deaths, and they are at 33? Might be more than that. 33 last time I checked. But yeah, that we obviously we win this war. I don't think... No, it's not possible for us to lose at this point. Even if we gave up full attack bonus on every single remaining fight. But yeah, that's going to leave us 3-4 on the season. We're picking up our first death. Our PSR still on pace for taking 10 fights of war, which is good. 69 out of 70, so that's actually 98.6%. So we always round either up or down, so it's 99%. And with me soloing the Dragon Man and the Red Mags, we are actually at a deathless streak of 2. Guess next season is when we reach the 100. But yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing me die. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.